Flux. Flux is a proof of work crypto that is actually introducing a ton of different parallel assets. This is one that actually I really like. I think this is a coin with a lot of potential in terms of profit, like a lot of potential in terms of profit. We've seen a lot of miners going there for the reason that they obviously believe long term this is going to make them money. Miners go where the money is. So let's take a look at Flux in all of its glory. Before I get into that though, guys, if you're new to the channel, these are the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. In the videos, I showed myself buying these coins because I expected them to run up very nicely in price. Now, you can see what these coins were worth when I recorded my videos. You can see the highs these coins hit in about 16 to 17 months. And if you'd have thrown in $100, you can see what the profit would have been. And if you'd have done that for all of them, and just sat on them for 17 months and then sold them, your profit would have been over 123 grand, which is not too bad. Now, I sold all of these. We had the market crash. Since the market crash, I've been buying up coins left, right, centre. These are coins that I think can do massive, massive profits. And I share them on my website, which is copymycrypto.com. So anytime I find a coin that I think can do 40 times gains, 50 times gains, 100 times gains, I buy them. And what that means is I will tell the members what the coin is, what profits it can have, and what percentage of my money I'm putting in, so they can copy along exactly. It means they make the exact same profits as me. And the benefit is as well, they don't have to do any work. They don't have to research white papers. They don't have to learn about new cryptos, none of that. They can just copy along. And if that sounds good to you, just head over to copymycrypto.com, take a look at the site. Everything on the site is public record, so you can verify everything that you read, see, and watch. And if you like the idea of it, you want to test it out, guys, join me there. Now, let's talk Flux. So Flux did really, really good gains. I mean, when it launched, like in 2019, in 2020 it was worth like 3 cents. And its all-time high in the last bull cycle was $4.17. So it did 100x, more than. So people got very, 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 very profitable off of Flux. Not quite as good as Phantom that I spoke about, but no one's going to complain about 100x. Now, Flux is the coin that obviously powers the Flux ecosystem. It's got a few different uses. So it's used for purchasing resources, collateralizing nodes, and fueling transactions on the Flux operating system, as well as rewarding both miners and node operators for providing computational resources. Now, the Flux ecosystem is devoted to empowering and developing the overall decentralized internet of the future, which we now all refer to as Web3. At the moment, Flux consists of a native mineable proof-of-work cryptocurrency in Flux, a powerful decentralized computational network in Flux nodes, the Linux-based operating system Flux OS, and premium digital asset platform Zelcore, as well as Flux blockchain for on-chain governance, economics, and parallel assets that can work on multiple different blockchains and DeFi. Now, as of the beginning of 2023, Flux had 15,000 decentralized nodes, 108,000 CPU cores, 288 terabytes of RAM, and 6.7 petabytes of storage, making Flux the largest decentralized network in the world. Now, what's quite interesting about that is obviously, so it's been up and running for 4 years now, but it ended up having a serious amount of growth from 2021 to 2023. The last 2 years in particular have just been explosive for Flux. The whole mission is to be fully decentralized, and there are a ton of projects within crypto that call themselves Web3 based but have a centralized infrastructure, which means they always have that risk of single point of failure. That's something that I've spoken about with regards to some well-known Oracle projects that are quite centralized, so that risk of failure could be huge. Flux is totally decentralized. There is no single point of failure. They have had 100% uptime since running. They have been developing something called the proof of useful work, which will have an enormous impact upon both crypto and traditional industries. So one of the biggest projects that Flux is undertaking, and has the power to transform the way in which proof of work blockchains actually work. And it also solves the current sustainability issues that are usually massively criticized. So as of right now, if we take a look, so we can see nodes are down from the beginning of the year. So the nodes were at 15,000. Let's compare, because it's always worth comparing. So 15,000, so it's dropped by 3,100 or so, or 3,016. 108,000 CPUs, so this is 91,000. So, it's about 17,000 drop, or 16,777. Yeah. 288 terabytes of RAM, so that's down by 48. And 6.7 petabytes of storage. Now this actually has 7.042 petabytes of storage, so they're actually doing better in that regard. In terms of country locations, there are 78 as of right now, so that's up 2.92% in the last month. Finland are currently the leaders in regards to the nodes that are up and running. But this is, for me, one of the coins that has the potential to change a lot of crypto. If the proof of useful work is as impactful as it's expected to be, it could actually change the way in which a number of current proof of work cryptos consensus works. They could implement proof of useful work. It would remove all that negative BS around sustainability. It would also make the networks more efficient. It's a very clever concept. Flux also has Flux Cloud, which is ridiculously cheap compared to the current centralized BS that's around. Google Cloud costs $176 for the same memory and storage that Flux has, except Flux costs $4.73. Even comparing against Amazon Web Services, it's a 20th of the cost. Compared to Azure, it's a 30th of the cost. Their cloud network is insanely strong, and it is connected worldwide. They have a foothold in Europe, they have a foothold in America, they have a foothold in Australia, a little bit of one in Asia as well. It's not doing too badly anywhere. And the reason for this is this is a very, very strong project that's been backed by people like bloody Rosetta, as in Rosetta Stone kind of deal. It's trusted by some big, big partners. You've got Cadena there as well in terms of crypto. You've got Lumen as well, Nvidia. So these are big names, right? And the ecosystem is starting to grow. Don't forget that they have these parallel assets, and I want to talk about the parallel assets because they've introduced Base into it. Yeah, Base is an upcoming new parallel asset. Again, really strong sign that they can introduce Coinbase's Base into the ecosystem. So, parallel assets can be linked to token bridges that allow assets to be ported from one blockchain to another. By creating these parallel assets, it means that Flux's ecosystem can connect with way more blockchains. Because they can be integrated with different applications, whether they're DeFi on Flux, which removes the risks of those applications being limited to the Flux network, because they can be moved to other DeFi-based ecosystems that aren't on Flux. This way, development teams working on projects using Flux can maintain the uniqueness of their blockchains while still being able to access all the infrastructure they need in the Flux ecosystem. And remember, that cloud is going to be of real value because A, the cloud is not centralized, and B, the storage capacity for it is enormous. So anything that's running high computational power or whether that's via bandwidth or whether that's via storage, Flux is perfect for it. Flux traders can spot differences in the price of Flux parallel assets across different dexes. It provides the opportunity for people to actually take advantage of arbitrage as well. And this can happen in only a few seconds by using Fusion, which is built into the Flux wallet, which is Zelcore. Their first parallel asset was Flux Cadena, followed by Flux ETH and Flux BSC, existing on the Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain. They've got Flux Sol, Flux Tron, now Flux Base is one, Flux Ergo is another. In all, they're going to be 10 parallel assets, of which 7 are were already deployed. I think now all 10 are, and the 11th will be Flux Base. So again, they're broadening their reach. That's only a good thing. This means that this goes from strength to strength. And what do you think, by the way, guys, happens when Flux announces that they're going to be using the base or integrating the base token? Coinbase are going to end up using listing them, aren't they? So Flux hasn't had the Coinbase bump that it's going to get, because of course it's going to get it, because they're introducing base into their ecosystem. It would be stupid of Coinbase not to add in Flux into their exchange. So this will end up having a huge pump off of that as well. Now don't forget, Flux is buyable everywhere other than Coinbase. If you're going to get it, I'd get it at BitGet, guys. BitGet is a top 5 exchange in the making. Their volume's insane. They have billions in reserves. They've got the biggest copy trading community in all of crypto. They've got the best earn mechanisms in all of crypto. If you don't have an account, if you join, you can get up to $1,000 in rewards. If you use the partner link in the description, that will give you discounts on trading fees, which means you earn more crypto throughout your time trading. And like I said, you can get up to $1,000, possibly even $5,000 in rewards. So check that out, guys. As for Flux, look, it's not had the Coinbase bump yet. It's going to have the Coinbase bump because once Base is fully integrated, of course it is. Coinbase would be mad not to include it. Secondly, it's one of the strongest decentralized networks in all of crypto. I don't think it's truly the strongest. I think there's one that's coming to my mind that's probably got a wider global network at this point, or certainly in terms of nodes. I think this is just a titan in the making. I'm expecting a new all-time high for sure. This all-time high was like $4 something, $4.17 I think it was. I think this can hit $20. I honestly think this could just smash to $20 because they're doing everything right. They're growing it. They're widening their reach with the parallel assets. This is, for me, one of those coins that I think is inevitably going to be successful. But what do you guys think? And did you consider the fact that they're going to have that huge Coinbase bump? Because if they have that huge Coinbase bounce, it's an easy profit just there. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And guys, if you just want to remove the work from your crypto investing, if you want to make the exact same profits as me, except do no work, that's what copymycrypto.com is. It's where I dive into the markets every single day. I find coins that are winners, that can 40x, 50x, or 100x, and I buy them. And when I do, it means the members will find out about them. They'll find out what the coin is, what profits it can have, and what percentage of my money I'm putting in. They can copy along exactly. It means they've always got a full picture of my portfolio. It means they always know exactly what I hold. They can copy along, make the exact same profits as me, except they don't have to do research. They don't have to read white papers. They don't have to learn charts. They don't have to learn new tech. Thousands of hours are saved, and they're making good profit. And if you want to see the profit that they've made, go on to copymycrypto.com, and you'll see what the members have made. You'll see the things I've said in the past. Everything on the site is public record. You can verify it all. And if you like what you see, guys, join me there and make crypto easy for yourselves. And that's it for me. Take care. Bye-bye.